Hi, my name is Veeti Sairanen. I'm the CEO and co-founder of the saunaheater.com. Today, I'm going to answer the question that we get asked multiple times every day. So how to size your electric sauna heater correctly? Let's get straight into it. So the first thing you need to do is that you need to calculate adjusted cubic feet of your desired sauna space that you want the heater to operate in. And how do you do this, and why do we say adjusted cubic feet? Well, if your sauna is completely made out of wood, you can just calculate the cubic feet and pick your heater based on that. But in case you have any cold surfaces like glass walls, tile walls, stone or anything like that, you need to calculate that area and use it as a multiplier for your cubic feet. Because all cold surfaces like glass, stone or tile that you might have in your sauna, they leak the heat out and they intake the heat in the temp. So you need more powerful heater if your sauna has these kind of surfaces compared to completely wooden sauna. So first of all, you calculate the volume of your sauna, whatever the case or construction might be. So you calculate the volume by length times width times height. Then you adjust it. So then you calculate how much cold surfaces there is in your sauna room in square feet. So you calculate this cold surface area in length times width, and after that you multiply your square feet of cold surfaces, let's say by 5, and you are on a safe side. Each sauna heater brand has their own multiplier. Hume's is 4.92 and Harvia's is 2, but if you multiply by 5, you are on the safe side, which is always good. And then you calculate the area times 5 and you get your cubic feet multiplier. Then adjusted cubic feet is volume plus cubic feet multiplier. So let's give you an actionable example. We have an outroom sauna here. This is outroom mirror. We also sell this. So let's say you have a cube sauna like this that is 6 times 6 times 6, and as you can see it has a glass wall. So this case the glass wall will be, well, 6 times 6 if we think that this is a cube. So your multiplier in square feet of cold surfaces times 5 is, because 6 times 6 is 36 times 5, so the multiplier would be 180. So the sauna volume is 216 cubic feet and your multiplier is the square feet area of the surface, which is 6 times 6, 36 times 5, which is 180. So your total would be 216 plus 180, which is 396 adjusted cubic feet. And we have sauna heaters have wide range of suitability, so you can go to our site or any other site and you can pick a sauna heater of your choice. Let's pick Hume Drop 9 kilowatts, and you can come to specifications tab and you can see that the minimum cubic feet, so your sauna has to be at least 282 adjusted cubic feet to fit the Hume Drop 9, and the maximum cubic feet is 530 adjusted cubic feet. So Hume Drop 9, for example, would be a good choice for our example cube sauna here, which had 396 adjusted cubic feet volume. And you can see this in every product page of ours. So let's say you pick something Harvia, for example. So let's pick Harvia Virta. Come here. Again, suitable for sauna rooms from 177 to 431 cubic feet. And in the specifications tab, you can see the same. Or if we take one more quick example, let's take a big sauna heater, Hume Hive 18 kilowatts, which is the biggest sauna heater we currently have in stock, and minimum cubic feet is 636 adjusted cubic feet and maximum is 1236 adjusted cubic feet. So what are the advantages of sizing your sauna heater much rather closer to the lower end of, closer to the minimum adjusted cubic feet of the sauna heater rather than very close to the maximum, is that your sauna heats up slightly faster when you have a bigger and more powerful sauna heater. Your sauna heater will have longer lifespan, so it won't break, and none of the sauna heaters break quickly if they are correctly sized, but it usually longers the lifespan of your sauna heater's heating elements because the heater doesn't have to work very hard at all to heat up your sauna. Same as if you have a sports car compared to something like Toyota Corolla, the sports car usually breaks much quicker and much more often than the Toyota Corolla because sports car is pushed to the limit all the time. It has to operate at its limit capacity when people just rave these things, compared to the Toyota Corolla, which is just driven pretty slowly and can't even give you any power. So hopefully that helps, but longer lifespan for the heating elements, and then when the sauna heater is bigger you can reach higher temperatures, or that's what people say, but this is partly untrue. And what I mean by this is Harvia sauna heaters, for example, are limited to 195 Fahrenheit, so there is limiter that doesn't allow you to go over 195. And if your sauna heater is correctly sized, you can reach this 195 any case anyway. Home sauna heaters, on the other hand, are limited to 230 Fahrenheit, so you can't go over 230, and any sauna heater, when it's correctly sized, will sooner or later, when you heat your sauna up, hit the maximum, and the limiter doesn't allow to go higher. So basically, if your sauna heater is correctly sized, it's true that you can reach higher temperatures, but not really. It's maybe just that you can reach them in a reasonable time, the maximum temperatures that the sauna heaters allow you to go to. And nothing comes without disadvantages. When there is advantages, there is always some disadvantages as well. So what is the disadvantage of, quote, oversizing your sauna heater, going bigger than absolutely necessary? Is that it requires a bigger circuit breaker. So here we can see, let's take the Drop 9 for example, because it's a very popular model. From the specifications, Drop 9 requires 50 amp circuit breaker and it draws in 37.5 amps. So it needs more power from your electrical network compared to something like Drop 6. So 6 kilowatt sauna heater is smaller than 9 kilowatt sauna heater, and Drop 6 requires 30 amp circuit breaker. So uses more electricity. The bigger the sauna heater, the more electricity it uses, and it is more package for your electric network. Conclusion: to conclude this, calculate the size of your sauna in adjusted cubic feet. I will have few documents on the description that you can download to yourself and use to calculate the adjusted cubic feet for your sauna room. Then see which sauna heaters you like, which sauna heater lineups you like, and which configurations there is available, so which kilowattages are available for those sauna heaters. Then see the electrical specs. So exactly what we talked about, you can see them here in the specifications, and you can also see them in the manuals. And one thing I still actually want to say is that the bigger your sauna heater, the bigger safety distances it needs for combustible surfaces. So here you can see A is the safety distance we have to keep for combustible surfaces. So 4 kilowatt home drop, it has 4 inches, and Drop 9 has 5.9 inches. So this safety distance you have to keep for combustible surfaces obviously increases the bigger the sauna heater, but also good to remember that if you place your sauna heater next to a, let's say, a tile wall like this, then you don't need to keep the safety distances because obviously your tile or stone wall won't burn down. So then you need to leave just a little gap for the air movement in there. But the bigger the sauna heater, the bigger the safety distances. And then in the manual you can see when you wire your home drop with 240 volts, here are the electrical specs, so amps, circuit breaker and wire size. Or if you wire with 208 volts, here are the specs for that. So look through the specs, see which heaters you like, see the electrical specs for these sauna heaters, and consult your electrician. Ask from your local electrician or someone who knows the electrical infrastructure of your house hey, I want to wire this and this sauna heater and it needs this type of stuff. Can it be done? Can it be done easily? Is it achievable? And then get a suitable sauna heater. And you can get it from wherever you want, but you can get it from us if you want to. If you want to call our experts, please give us a call 725-777-5484 or email info@thesaunaheater.com and we are happy to help you further. Thank you so much.